Forecast.
All right, who's ready for 60s? We could see some 60-degree weather. It's probably not going to occur at the time most would consider it to be ideal, and we'll discuss what that means here in a little bit. So last month, we saw some pretty wild temperature swings. Started off the month well below average, ended the month with some 60-degree weather. We're about to do that again. So future temperatures show will be in the mid-40s tomorrow, thanks to a cold front that's passing through tonight. That keeps us at just a little cooler tomorrow afternoon compared to today. But temperatures will be on their way up. This is our next storm system that's moving in. This will cause temperatures to rise into the low to mid 50s by Thursday afternoon. Mother Nature says we can do better than that. In fact, it's possible we'll be in the 60s before the day is through. So around 10 p.m., maybe take a nice walk. You know, it'll be nice, pleasant anyway, temperature-wise. It'll be raining too, but 61, not too bad at 10 o'clock at night. This could be the actual high temperature, even if with these kinds of weather patterns, we go for the midday highs. So you'll notice on the 7-day forecast, our high temperature looks a lot cooler than what you're seeing here. We figured that forecasting for what the middle of the day is going to be versus, well, when most have gone to bed is a little more helpful. But here we are with about 10 p.m., low 60s. Watch what happens by early Friday morning. Low, possibly mid 60s. This would be at about 4 a.m. Friday. This is one of the warmer forecast solutions, but still, it does show the strength of this storm system and the amount of warm air we have to work with temperatures close to 70 in Evansville at around 4 a.m. Friday. So how rare is this? Well, digging through some records, taking us all the way back to 2017, we've only done this a handful of times. Once, just a couple years ago in 2023, and then twice with a similar weather pattern in 2017. It was a kind of a back-to-back late one night into the next morning where 60s were seen. So it does not happen every January. It is very rare, but this could be one of those weather patterns that we get one, maybe two 60-degree days just because of this dynamic weather system moving in. Here it is on our kind of a future track satellite radar image here. You can see that the system moves in Thursday evening, so the warmer it gets, the wetter it's going to get too. Here's that rain as it passes through, and then temperatures will be on their way down with the passage of that front Friday. So there's a very narrow window, and some would argue a less than ideal window, of temperatures in the 60s, which again will be late Thursday night into early Friday morning. But through the end of the day Friday, as that front passes, we're looking at about a third to half an inch of rainfall. But this is just one of a couple different systems moving through. So I know rainfall amounts have gone down for the end of the week, but we are looking at perhaps a better chance at some widespread rain Saturday. This could add another quarter of an inch. So all told, through the weekend and including what happens late this week, we could still get our 3/4 of an inch or more of rainfall again in total. And then once that system passes through, we're looking at perhaps a few lake effect snow showers on Sunday. A lot to keep track of here over the next few days in typical January fashion. Here we are, Wednesday, mostly cloudy, 46. We should see some clearing by the end of the day. So some sun breaks possible. And then Thursday, clouds will increase, as will the rain and the temperatures. Then we're looking at breezy conditions Saturday with much colder conditions, few lake effect snow showers on Sunday.
All right, Matt, thank